In February of 2017, while walking her dog in her Northeast Heights Albuquerque neighborhood, Carrie Houlihan's life changed at the hands of an inattentive driver.
A lady went up on the sidewalk and hit me, went back into traffic, went back up on the sidewalk and hit me again. And as I was rolling out from underneath her car, hit me a third time.
Carrie spent 3 weeks in a coma and had to have her left leg removed below the knee.
I have rods and spears and stuff all through my body, all metal, and I had a traumatic brain injury as well.
The Albuquerque metropolitan area faces some serious challenges related to safe travel.
Police say 2 adults are dead and a 3-year-old in critical condition after a rollover crash on I-40.
As the number of traffic crashes in our region is steadily trending upward. Particularly concerning is a high number of pedestrian and motorcycle deaths in urban areas.
JPD is investigating an accident involving a pedestrian. It happened
and a high number of rollover fatalities in rural areas.
So we analyzed 5 years of crash data. When we look at that data, we have found that over 70 people die a year in crashes. And of those 70 people, 30% of those are pedestrians. This is greater than the number of homicides in the city of Albuquerque. So this is a serious public health and safety issue that we need to address.
Nearly 550 people a year are involved in a crash that leaves someone incapacitated, needing hospitalization. Unfortunately, in Carrie Houlihan's case, the incident has robbed the former triathlete of the ability to perform even simple everyday tasks.
I can't fill the dishwasher. I can't plan to make meals. I can't cook in my own home. I'm not around my peers anymore. I don't have my work anymore. I don't have anything.
In addition to the devastation, these crashes cost our communities a lot of money. In fact, crashes cost over 3 times more than congestion and account for 25% of the congestion we experience on our roadways. These statistics lead us to conclude that it's time for a shift in our approach to this serious public health issue, one in which safety is made a priority. The Regional Transportation Safety Action Plan, or ROUTSAP, recently adopted by the Mid-Region Metropolitan Planning Organization, recommends that our local jurisdictions adopt an approach called Vision Zero. At the core of the Vision Zero approach is the acknowledgement that fatalities and serious injuries are preventable and that human life and health should be prioritized over all else.
Vision Zero really emphasizes how we need to look at our transportation system as a full system and not just focusing on individual behaviors. A lot of times it's easy to blame individual drivers for making a mistake and doing something wrong, and no one thinks that they're going to be that person. And so we need to design a system that really acknowledges that mistakes happen and ensure that when those mistakes happen, nobody dies.
Vision Zero is about extending everything from sidewalks, crosswalk roads, bike lanes, and awareness to reduce pedestrian casualties, fatalities, things like this in our city.
In May of 2019, the City of Albuquerque adopted a Vision Zero approach that sets a goal of eliminating all traffic fatalities and serious injuries. The city is using the suite of Vision Zero tools that includes safer street design, educational campaigns, and enforcement efforts. Both the City of Albuquerque and the ROUTSAP uses the High Fatal and Injury Network, or HFIN, as a tool to identify the locations where the most fatalities and injuries occur. 64% of the total fatalities and injuries occur on only 7% of our major arterials. Identifying these locations can help target the limited funding available to address the issues and make the biggest difference.
In most cases, these roadway segments as well as intersections could benefit from things like improved street design, better street lighting for pedestrians and bicyclists, enhanced signal timing, as well as targeted traffic enforcement, or even adding facilities such as wider sidewalks and protected bike lanes.
Why are these crashes happening? For fatal crashes, alcohol or drug involvement is the highest top contributing factor, and excessive speed is the next highest. For injury crashes, driver inattention is the highest contributing factor.
I was on the sidewalk. I wouldn't have guessed that anybody would go up on the sidewalk.
Some of the other factors include failure to yield, disregarding traffic signals, tailgating, and unsafe lane changes, all of which point to dangerous and aggressive driving behavior.
I think that there's a lot of things in Albuquerque that need to be corrected. I think that the laws should be stricter.
Regardless of who is at fault, it's clear that slowing down vehicular traffic and educating people on the importance of being aware of situations and people around them is the most important thing we can do to reduce the number of traffic-related deaths or injuries. One way to do that is to implement road diets, which reduce the number of travel lanes and, in some cases, reduce the width of travel lanes to slow drivers down. Studies from across the country show that road diets can reduce crashes up to 47%.
Road diets are good use of the taxpayer's dollar because they really only involve roadway markings. So you don't necessarily have to be moving curbs and going to a great expense. At the same time, you're getting a big bang for the buck in terms of traffic safety and pedestrian safety.
Educating ourselves on the rules of the road and proper behavior in traffic can also make a world of difference. A good example is the City of Albuquerque's Bicycle Safety Education Program.
We've got to start acting, as a community and really looking out for each other. They should always be riding with the flow of traffic. They should always make themselves visible. Cars should always leave ample room to stop in a timely fashion. During school zones, we've always got to be super conscientious that there could be kids running out. When you see a car stopped, anticipate that they may be waving someone else from the other side of the street on. Don't just keep going. Use the crosswalks as much as possible. Use our signalized lights. They do help. Don't run red lights. We've got to slow down. We really do.
Targeted traffic enforcement at high crash locations coupled with educational campaigns is an even better approach. Add better street design to the mix and everyone wins. So what should our vision be for traffic fatalities and serious injuries?
How about zero?
How about zero?
How about zero?
How about zero?
How about zero?